want to present our research. I and Aleksander, we are PhD student at the Czech University of Forest Sciences, and our supervisor is Rostislav Jakuš. I tried to talk about our research territory in a couple of sentences. Look at this photo. You can see volcano Tata. This is very famous volcano on the far east. And our research territory also related to Far East. This is about Kunashir Island. Kunashir Island has very beautiful and amazing for the research, and this territory more protected. For example, like Kurilsky Nature Reserve. And the main goals of this reserve: protected rare species like Glen spruce and Kitupa blackistoni, in English, fish owl. Fish owl habitat near rivers in coniferous forest. So, about Kunashir Island. Kunashir Island, located between Pacific Ocean and Okhotsk Sea, near with Hokkaido, this is Japan, and China. Kunashir Island separated on southern part and northern part, but our research about only southern part. Dominant species of this island is Sakhalin fir, but main species also Glen spruce and yellow spruce. So, before we don't have information and description about mass outbreaks in Kunashir Island, and this current situation started before two big typhoons, Lujan and Chiwan, and after this typhoon start mass outbreaks and good and excellent condition for the bark beetle. And our research about two species, bark beetle, Ips typographus and Polygraphus proximus. This species, this is fir bark beetle. Next. So about fieldwork, we collect information in our trial plot about height, diameter, age, and stage of each trees. Summarized, we have 14 trial plots with diameter 20 meters. So continue, Aleksander.
Okay, sit please. And continue. I need to add first massive outbreak started in 2017. Nobody knows when it started in landscape, but Sentinel-2 said now that it started in this date. And about field data, NANA collect data in Kunashir Island using trial plot in two main areas, Golovnin volcanic caldera and Danilowski field, 5 trial plot in each area. And I try to analyze using different statistical method, height, diameter, and another, but not some statistical significance between for our research. And I found main is same pattern for all area and for all trial spots that trial plot that in 2019 already Glen spruce on trial plot already infested or already died. It's gray means that dead wood, or red or it's already infested and have red needles. And Danilowski field is 30 health percent, 30 red stage, and 30% already dead wood. Then Glen spruce practically infested or died in 2019. Practically Sakhalin fir will be healthy, was healthy, or was under green attack only. And only 2 years later, it's have red stage and no one gray stage like that would. It's like time lag. And we have limited our research in this way that we cannot split massive outbreak of Polygraphus proximus, fir-bark beetle, and spruce-bark beetle, and we study to each like one outbreak. And common thing is that spruce-bark beetle attacks spruce. It's many research about this topic, and not common thing the spruce-bark beetle attack fir. And no many sources about this information, and not many researchers, but it's true researchers say that it's possible like host tree for spruce-bark beetle. And here you can see Sakhalin fir trunk, it's already dead wood, and fir-bark beetle gallery, it's common thing, and not non-common thing that spruce-bark beetle attack fir. And our research have two levels. First level, we said before about tree sample plots in forest, and second level it is analyzing satellite imagery, and we use Sentinel-2 for classification of deadwood. And we have two imageries for classification in 19 for classification period from 2017 to 2019, and second period 2020 and 2021. These periods needed in our research because first stage is like spreading from withdrawal to stand trees, and second stage from 19 it's like spreading from standing trees to standing trees. And first results that we have from this classification, most damage was in glen spruce. It's less by hectares, but 8% from all glen spruce cover is southern part of Kunashir Island natural reserve, Kurilsky Natural Reserve, and 2% and 2% for Yeza spruce and Sakhalin fir for this part of natural reserve from all cover of this dominated for species in forest. And it's depends because glen spruce have more poorly coniferous forest, like more than 80% glen spruce. Yeza spruce and Sakhalin fir very mix each other, and Yeza spruce may dominate it, but 30% may be in Sakhalin fir or deciduous trees, maybe too. And we exactly using this level of research don't know. It's Ips typographus or Polygraphus proximus because it can be in Sakhalin fir area Yeza spruce trees. And we have Sentinel-2, it's not at cron level. It's like we're using subcompartment level and using forest inventory data. And the big difference in spot area. It's statistically significant that glen spruce has bigger spots, most bigger spots near 3 hectares, and mean of this area, spot area, 0.2 hectares. And Sakhalin fir and Yeza spruce are exactly less in 3 times. And its results, our analysis, how many forests was damaged and died. First is windfall area. It's we took this data from Hansen dataset forest losses, and of course most area is Sakhalin fir, Yeza spruce, and it's Sakhalin fir, how I said before, very mixed with yellow spruce. It can be many yellow spruce in this area too. And after this, we analyzed using our unsupervised classification method. Phase 1 near more than 100 forest losses, mostly in Sakhalin fir, and second place in yellow spruce. And on phase second, it's near 30 hectares area of losses. And of course, first place is Sakhalin fir because it's not dominated here. It's 80% from all coniferous forests on this place is Sakhalin fir. But how I said already, that it's very mixed with yellow spruce. And after this classification, we try to analyze the data, what we have. We have forest inventory data and digital elevation model, and we took variables, species proportion for every conifer trees and for deciduous in all percentage of deciduous in subcompartment, and age for every species, height of every species, diameter, standard structure ratio between height and diameter, growth class, and from digital elevation model, slope, solar radiation, elevation, and pH of soil. And we try to understand how these variables influence on windfall area in first phase of outbreak and second phase of outbreak. Here is a boosted regression tree analysis for windfall area. And here we understand that mostly windfall area have losses in yellow. The yellow spruce have more height, and its relationship for fir height is like decreasing. I think it's we can describe it because yellow spruce and spruce have shallow root system, and fir it's like tape root system. It's like more wind load needed for the fir, and it's same for severity analysis. Severity analysis is how many area damage from windfall. Quantity analysis, how many times it happens. And it's same methods for another analysis of outbreak phases. I think it's all from this slide. And it's more interesting here is analysis of outbreak. And here we see that elevation and solar radiation not clearly results because it's very flat area for southern part of natural, Kuriski natural reserve, and not big difference between radiation and practically all coniferous forests located from 10 meters to 300 meters above the sea. And it's not clearly, but we see that it's very dependent for percentage of yellow spruce here, yellow age for quantity analysis, and fir age is strange, it's like decreasing, and most attack in younger trees. And I describe this later about what changes with fir age. And for severity analysis, it's more important variables is percentage of Glen spruce. It's a very unstable under bark beetle attack because it's very poor coniferous forest. And biggest hotspots in Glen spruce forest. And here in the second phase you have practically same variables: yellow spruce age, how many percentage of yellow in our forest, and fir age is practically same, but it's like function is more flat and not decreasing like last slide, like here. And so for severity is practically same behavior of variables. It's interesting fear age variables, and I can describe with behavior of these variables that maybe it's depend from Polygraphus proximus, because Polygraphus proximus attacked first more younger trees, for small diameter trees, and after this Polygraphus proximus attacked more biggest trees and more old trees. It's controversial with Ipstipographus. Ipstipographus started with more old trees and more big diameter trees. And another slide. It's about railway in Russia and Polygraphus proximus invasion. It's important thing, I think, for future and for future migration of Polygraphus proximus, because Polygraphus proximus is native species for far east of Russia, for Japanese land and for China too, but it's not native in southern Siberia. It's not native here. It's practically not here in western part of Russia. And but last decade was very big, massive outbreak in southern Siberia, and Polygraphus proximus will be cause of this outbreak. And why railroad here? Because from far east, unprocessed wood from here to move from far east to Siberian region, and massive base located near in fir forest near the railroad. And several single exemplar was found already in seaport in St. Petersburg and Moscow forest near the city. It's like maybe future damage if beetle move to western part of Russia and maybe go to western Eastern Europe and next. It depends from transplantation on processed trees and maybe climate change too. It's next research depending with this research about Kuril Island. We study right now only southern part of Kurilsky Nature Reserve and not study northern part. And it's very different. South part is more flat, it's like hill, but north part is like the Tata volcano, it's more like mountains. And it's different condition in elevation, in digital elevation model, and spruce, percentage of spruce for this territory is so less percentage of spruce, it's like density chart. For north, it's more percentage of spruce, and main actor from trees will be I think yellow spruce here, most damage, and age of spruce slightly different. And first is very different aspect. If we have in south, it's flat terrain, and practically not dependent from aspect, and solar radiation is not important variables here. Most important variables trees characteristic, but north part practically all outbreak are located in south slope of Tata volcano, and all big pattern of outbreak. And it depends from radiation, because outbreak located in south part is depend from radiation first. It's like in southern part our outbreak depend from forest characteristic, and glen spruce play significant role here in massive outbreak, but north part is different, and solar radiation is most important factor here. And I think it is all. Thank you for your attention.
One island, one different condition.
Yeah, and here, what is this photo? It is your photo, Nana?
Yes, it's my photo.
It's from from Kunashir Island. Thank you.